Waking the Tiger is Hearts of Iron 4's third expansion. This expansion focuses mostly on China, but also includes some changes to Japan and Germany. Starting off, the biggest change is the addition of the national focuses for China. You can either play as the Republic of China or lead Mao's Communist Revolution, or you can play as a number of smaller warlords in China. The trees themselves are fairly well designed for the Republic of China and also Mao's Communist China. I had a lot of fun recreating some interesting communist revolution scenarios with China, and you can also take some weird alternate history events that are really fun to play. The warlords all kind of share the same tree, which is a little bit boring, but you can still do some interesting things with them. They've also added some smaller mechanics to the recent patch that tie into the expansion with the new infiltration system, allowing you to spend power to infiltrate rival countries in their regions to cause havoc. China also gets its own unique border clash mechanic, which allows you to start border skirmishes with your neighbors. You basically spend a number of political power to stage an incident that escalates into a border skirmish. Border skirmishes can cause divisions placed at that border to begin fighting in an AI-controlled way in which you have no real control, which is a little bit disappointing, and honestly I found the mechanic fairly lackluster. Why bother wasting precious political power and time wasted for the AI to complete its border skirmish just to siege one territory, when you can justify claims on an entire neighboring country and just conquer it outright? There's just no real point or use for this mechanic. Manchukuo also gets its own unique focus tree, which is pretty cool for playing that nation. They've also added alternate history options for Japan and Germany, which are locked to the DLC. Germany gets the option to restore the Kaiser to go democratic, while Japan can go democratic. The new Japanese options are, quite honestly, not that exciting and not that fun. But I really enjoyed the Germany ones, especially the Kaiser route was a lot of fun, allowing me to rebuild the Central Powers. You even get the option to reform the Austria-Hungary Empire, and then ally with them to create the Central Powers again. It's really cool. There's also a new trait system where you can basically pick different traits that you want for a particular general. Like you can buy things that'll be better for one type of warfare over another, which is a really cool and great system that I feel like adds a lot of meaningful and interesting choices. Overall, Waking the Tiger is my favorite Hearts of Iron 4 DLC yet. It's the only one I'd actually recommend buying if you're looking to spice up your Hearts of Iron 4 gameplay. The new German tree is a hell of a lot of fun. Playing as Communist or Republican China or the Warlord is a lot of fun as well. I really enjoyed that Asian Theater editions. The new music tracks are great, the changes to the officer trade system is awesome and adds a lot of meaningful and interesting choices. There's only a few things I really don't like. I wish there was a little bit more for the Warlords, for some of the minor nations in China. They just don't feel as fun to play as like Communist China or Republican China. And the changes to Japan just are not that fun at all. They're pretty bland. Overall, Waking the Tiger is way better than Together for Victory and definitely better than Death or Dishonor. It gets an 8 out of 10. It's actually a fun and interesting, meaningful addition to Hearts of Iron 4, and I hope that all the DLCs going forward take this one as an example.